we always drive by the sugar mill. And we are New Englanders, and the history of Florida is a new page for us. Chris is a historian, and he definitely couldn't go by that mill and not do some research on the history. And he come up with some pretty interesting facts. And oh, I'm seeing flowers. I'll have to show you those in a second. But I just love the Spanish moss. I'm walking around while he's checking out that mill, and it's just such a beautiful day right now. It's going to be in the upper 70s maybe, and a light breeze. There's a pavilion over here if you want to sit down and have some lunch with the family. Take a look. And you get to enjoy that beautiful oak tree drizzled with Spanish moss. I'm gonna head over to the sugar mill because I can't wait to hear what Chris has to say. The history is fascinating from a little bit I heard this morning. We were at the Yulee Sugar Mill in Homosassa, Florida, and Chris is going to tell us the story behind the remnants that I'm looking at across the street.
Now, a little background. We have driven by this place, I don't know how many
Yes,
times,
we have.
and we're always like, oh, we should stop there and look into it.
Sometimes we drive by just not talking to each other, and I look in my mind, I'd be going, I'm surprised he hasn't stopped here yet.
Well, we were talking today, and we thought this would be a great topic for a video.
Okay.
And I did a little homework, and I looked into it, and found a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
First, let's start with the fellow that owned this, David Levy Yulee. He's got quite a history here. In 1845, when Florida became a state, he was one of the first two senators here.
Wow.
And
Okay.
the first Jewish senator
Can you imagine?
in United States history. Now,
Ever?
yeah.
Wow.
Now, back to the plantation, he owned two plantations. He owned this plantation here, which was called Margarita. I like that. That's so
Cheers.
Florida, right? And he had another one up in Archer, which is, I think, northeast of here.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you, where's Archer?
It's northeast of here. It's quite a distance, and that was called Cottonwood, and I think they grew cotton up there.
Okay.
Now, the thing was, he was very pro-slave, very supportive of the Confederacy, and during the Civil War, the Union targeted him, and they actually burned down his plantation house, which was on an island out here called Tiger Tail Island. And after the Civil War, the slaves were emancipated.
Right.
And this place was just abandoned. And then all that's left is the remnants of the mill that we're about to see.
Well, it makes sense why it was abandoned. They had no more enslaved people to care for.
Right, to work here. And you know the history of what it was like to work at one of these places. And Yulee ended up in jail after the Civil War for I think like 9 months or something like that.
Oh.
So he lost control of it.
Why did he end up in jail?
Well, supposedly he was instrumental in trying to help President Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederacy.
Oh, that sounds so familiar, like the other plantation
escape.
we went to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was that other fellow that he was the Secretary of State. But he I guess helped Jefferson Davis.
Oh. And why?
Well, I think he was put in jail because Jefferson Davis left after the Confederacy fell on a train. Now, he was captured on the Georgia-Florida line but all of his baggage and supposedly a cache of gold
Oh.
made it into Florida, made it to Cottonwood, and they hid the papers, and supposedly, I mean, this is like one of these unsolved things, supposedly the gold was hidden someplace too.
Oh.
So,
So there's a cache of gold out there somewhere?
yeah, it could be. So, but
You heard it here first.
the union finally caught up with what happened with the papers. Now, Yulee was arrested in Gainesboro, but they got to his plantation and they found all of his papers, but they didn't find any gold.
Oh.
So that's kind of a mystery.
The gold is missing.
Yeah, that's
And
kind
it's
of a
buried
mystery.
somewhere, maybe in up north there in that cotton.
Could be on
Farm
the
or
grounds
whatever.
of that plantation, which is private property now. It's
Oh,
not even open
okay.
to the public, but there's different theories as to what happened to it.
Mhm.
People's, the
Wow.
people stole it or
So
whatever.
all this from this remnants of the sugar mill?
I know
across the
that's
street?
where it started, and so we're going to go over, look at the sugar mill and talk about how it worked and how sugar was made, and this
So-
is a very pretty intact
Now,
location too.
to get this straight, his plantation. Okay, the sugar mill is here across the street. We'll show
Yes.
video. You'll see it in the video.
Right.
Now, I'm trying to imagine where was the sugar cane growing? Where
Oh,
we're sitting?
It was 5,000 acre plantation all around us.
Oh, okay.
If you can see in back of us, it's all wooded.
Yes.
But back then, from the 1840s to the Civil War, this was all cleared out. It was all sugar
But
cane.
you have the river over there across the street.
Right,
So
right.
it must have been. It could have been just right here where we're sitting. Isn't that
Right.
crazy?
This was
I would think
probably
it is.
out here and in back was all where the sugar cane was
So,
grown.
Oh, what a horrible
And they
way
brought
to
it to
have
this mill, which is in front of us,
work in the heat
to
like
process it.
that. And the bugs.
It's
and-
brutal work.
Yeah.
You have like a little machete, and you have to go. And cane is just like this big bamboo-looking stuff, and you got to chop it down
Right.
and throw it in, and then they have to get it to the mill quickly
Right.
because the sugary taste of it evaporates very
Oh,
quickly, and
really?
you have to process it like the
Jeez.
same day. So
Wow.
these mills were going like 24 hours a day.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That's amazing that that's still there.
It
What
is,
year was it
is.
again? 18.
The 1840s until
Wow.
just after the Civil War. Then, like what we said, it was
That's
abandoned.
a really amazing part of history, and it
Yeah.
goes deeper than just the making of the sugar cane
Right.
and sugar.
It's processing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the
processing
slaves to harvest it, and then also slaves ran the mill, of course, too. So they were instrumental in working.
2,000.
Yeah, 2,000.
That's a
slaves.
lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That's sad. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
let's go across the street and show the remnants to people,
Right.
and you can describe what the parts. and
Right, we'll
things
go
are
over
for.
and I'll try to give you a description as best I know
Okay.
from what I've read.
All right.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right, good.
Here we go. Now make sure you look both ways when you cross the
I know.
street.
There might not be a part 2 of this video.
Oh no! Don't put that out in the universe. Positive thoughts.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is in back of the mill here, and I want to point to the rollers over here that you see. They would actually put the sugar cane through those rollers and crush them, and then they would boil it. Let's go over and look at the boiler over here. Okay, over here is what we have is the boiler. And if you look at it really closely, it looks kind of like the front of a locomotive. And they would take that crushed cane and boil it down to a liquid using the boiler here. Now, if you pull out, you can look up here is the smokestack, which they would burn wood, they'd burn coal. And over to the right here are the vats that they'd put the liquid in. So over here you see these vats here. They'd put the first sugarcane, boiled sugarcane in this, and then they'd scoop off the top layer and scoop it into here and kind of repeat the process until you got into this little kettle down the bottom here. You can see that they're missing. There was a little one down at the bottom that had the pure liquid. And from there, they take that pure liquid and either turn it into sugar or molasses.